I got to give a healthy disclaimer so you understand exactly what's going on in this video. Every time you hear a space in the sound, I'm bleeping out an F-bomb. Every time you hear that beautiful eagle screech, which is actually a hawk, but we use it for the American eagle sound. Hard. That
kind of energy, where we should rip people apart from their families.
Are you a man?
Wow. Wow, is that a question?
Yes, he was saying that to be mean. But you know, it's only mean if facts hurt your feelings. There are two genders. There are two genders. It was followed immediately by good old-fashioned liberal love.
Wow. Okay, how do you feel about ripping people from their families? Does that feel good?
House Sir, I need to... House KKK?
Why are you calling a woman a man? I mean, what kind of a guy does that?
This gives me an opportunity to talk about three things. The first is the fact that there are two genders. There are two genders. I'm sorry that y'all have grown up in a country where they have catered to your imaginations. I am so sorry that you have grown up in a country that tells you you're allowed to switch your biology. I am so sorry that they tell you it is natural when it involves surgery and hormones and countless procedures. I am sorry that they have fed into this identity delusion. But what I am not sorry for is telling you the truth. I love everybody enough to tell them the truth. It's just that simple. So you think an uncomfortable truth warrants all of these slurs?
Does that feel good?
House Sir, I need to... House KKK?
Why are you calling a woman a man? I mean, what kind of a guy does that?
But let's get back to this uncomfortable truth.
The trans industry is about to be on the decline because someone actually sued for detransitioning and won. Long story short, a girl was turned into a man and had her breast cut off at the age of 16. Now she's 22, doesn't agree that she was mentored correctly on that transitioning, and sued for $2 million and won. The reason this is important is this the first time that a case has been won by someone who is detransitioning, which means anybody who is detransitioning can start suing the people who performed malpractice. And lawsuits are one of the many political tools in the arsenal of anybody because they create a financial incentive to go after an industry. Much how the transitioning industry wants to convince people they are trans so that they can earn money off of forever chemicals like testosterone and doing surgeries. Now that gets flipped on its head and people can actually earn money by suing the people who have now harmed them. Politics is one thing, but financial gain is another. And when you can mix financial gain with something political, that's what creates a force of power, which means people who've been wrongly taken advantage of can now attack and destroy an industry that did that to them.
Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? It's easy for you. Yes, Lord. Yeah, surgeries and hormones, but it's so natural. It's not natural. Y'all need this bubble bursted. And apparently y'all are poisoning the youth, indoctrinating them in your nonsense. All these cartoons. You got math teachers on TikTok telling people about gender identity. Elementary school is full of ubiquitous stuff and pronouns. Books with graphic images. Y'all think it's okay to make awkward teens feel like they need to change their biology. You're truly evil people. And I'm glad adults are back in the room. And you know how y'all are supposed to be the party of tolerance and love? There is no love like liberal hate. I thought y'all are supposed to be pro-minority, anti-racism. You hurling around hard R's?
What kind of a guy does that?
You see, Malcolm X once said, you have to beware of the liberal because the liberal is like a fox. The conservative wolf, at least you can see a wolf coming. It's really hard for a conservative to hide his true nature because conservatives are very confident in who they are. Liberals constantly hide their intentions. Like, did you hear this person in the background? Did you hear them? Not only were they calling him a hard R, they think they're clever with their historical references, calling him a house hard R. And the best part about this video is the temperature of the room. Ironically, they're outside. Everyone is more upset at the ICE agent for calling a man a man.
Why are you calling a woman a man?
Than they are a white man calling a black man a house N-word. So to recap the three things I wanted to talk about: the delusion, there are only two genders, the fact that liberals think they're on a high horse with their race politics, but they're proving in real time how racist they can actually be, and three, the fact that the crowd of liberals was so comfortable with his racism. Nobody said anything to him. Nothing. You didn't hear a, hey man, you can't say that, man. There was none of that. Because they're racist. Oh yeah, by the way. So I had a couple of posts do very well on Instagram recently, and the blacks are in an uproar about it. And disclaimer, both my parents are black, and I think saying the blacks is hilarious. I don't care if you're upset. This post was me laughing at some white man who said they still haven't invented boots out there. And this post that was aimed at the who want to live on a plantation in 2026, saying if y'all are still going to be mad at white people for slavery, I can be mad at the who sold my ancestors. And it wasn't like it was super viral, but apparently it got the attention of Aries Plantation Feet Spear. And after running around in the fields in his bare feet, he had the time to go to his phone and send me this link of this generic ass video.
If you say black people sold their own into slavery, you're falling for a colonialist lie. Here's why. The idea that all Africans were one people is a European concept.
So this is my response. I said, all due respect, son, you don't know what you're talking about. Nobody said Africa was one place, dude. If you knew anything about me, I respect Africa as a continent with 54 countries. And since the Negroes on the plantation can't read and write so good, he sent me a voice message.
Okay, so with all that bullshit you just said, blah, 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 what does that have to do with the fact that white people for 400 years in America kidnapped, murdered, caused chaos, lynched, and destroyed black people for 400 years? How the does that negate that? So you made that point to make what point? White people in America have still been responsible for 400 years of the greatest crime against humanity. How does black people selling black people negate that shit? Out of here.
And this was my response. Y'all love to stay on the plantation and talk about slavery, but none of y'all respect the work that was done in the 60s and the 70s. None of y'all respect all that marching and legislation. None of you respect the fact that things got better decade after decade until the decade that we have now. America is literally not the same place. How dare your old ass disrespect the people and their sacrifices of the 60s and the 70s to made it to the point where your black ass can be a millionaire today. Shut your I want to be a victim ass up. Jesus Christ. You want to live on a plantation.